These are examples of exercises contained in Cantabile voice class. You are encouraged to sing along and then do them on your own.
Hello, my name is Katharin Rundus, and I'm going to be demonstrating some vocal exercises for you. The next series of exercises are designed to help you with your breathing for singing. The Italians call this the appoggio method of breathing. So the first thing that you need to do is to make sure, once again, that you are in your alignment with your instrument. Feet apart, hips, shoulders, ears align, and your sternum in this moderately high position. So you're neither like this, but you're also not in like a military posture, but just this moderately high position. That alignment enables you to do the very best breathing for singing that you can do. So find your 10th rib with me. You actually have 12 of them, but 2 of them are floaters in the back, so you can find the bottom of your rib cage. So put your fingers on the bottom of your rib cage, and you're going to sniff in 4 times through your nose, and each time you sniff in, your fingers will go further apart as your ribs move. Watch me do it. Here's my 4 sniff. First I'm going to exhale completely, and then 4 sniffs. And I'm just holding that for a minute, and then you'll immediately recoil. Recoil silently. So your rib cage goes each time, and your ribs go side to side. Avoid any shoulder movement. We're not interested in this. That's just too much work for singers. So back down to your rib cage. Exhale first, and then 4 sniffs. And that position right there is what I call the position of singing, with your rib cage extended. Exhale. So now we're going to go immediately to the 4 sniff position without doing the actual sniffing. Watch me do that. First you exhale, and here's the 4 sniff position. And you go there immediately and silently, and then recoil. Let's try that one more time. Go immediately to the 4 sniff position. Exhale first, and then recoil. When your rib cage gets to that extended position, what I call the 4 sniff position, now we're going to simulate singing, and we're going to do that by exhaling on a shh sound. And the trick is to keep your ribs stable while you're shing and not allow your ribs to recoil until after you've finished. We're going to do this just for 4 beats. Watch me do it. First I exhale, then I do the 4 sniffs, and then shh. My ribs are still out, and then the recoil. So you should do this first by doing the 4 sniffs, and then sooner or later you should get rid of the 4 sniffs, because obviously you can't stand on stage when you're singing and go. So first we'll do it once with the 4 sniffing, and then we'll not do that anymore. So exhale first, 4 sniffs. Shh, and recoil. Okay, so now going immediately to the 4 sniff position, and we're still just doing 4 beats. And your task now is to keep your ribs in that stable position for as long as possible. Here we go. Exhale first, and 4 sniff position. Shh, and release. Now 8 beats. The 4 beats is easy. Now we go on to 8 beats, which is a little tougher. Here we go. Exhale, 4 sniff position. And recoil after 8. Try that one more time. Exhale, 4 sniff position. And release. Now, you may feel your abdominal muscles start to engage, and that's a good thing. So allow that to happen. If you feel your abdominal muscles start to engage, allow them to do that. Now we're going to go for 12 beats, and probably for sure your abdominal muscles are going to engage. So here we go. Go through the same series. Exhale first, go to the 4 sniff position, then 12 full beats of just a steady mezzo forte shh. Here we go. Exhale first, 4 sniff position. yourself. Let's do it a little bit louder. Give it a little bit more energy and see if you can still get to 12 beats without collapsing your rib cage. I'm going to keep my fingers on my rib cage this time so you can see that I'm not cheating. I'm really keeping my ribs out. Here we go. Exhale first. And release. So the next step after that, when you can do 12 beats pretty consistently, keeping your rib cage out, the next step is now to crescendo on beats 9, 10, 11, 12. And when you're crescendoing, first of all, always keep this easy here, free, no tension here. Allow your abdominal muscles to support that tone. Here we go. Exhale first. 4 sniff position. And release. Try that one more time. Exhale, expand, and release. So the next step then is to add actual tone instead of just doing shh. So the little exercise is going to be, we're going to do the same process that we went through before, but instead of going shh, you're going to go she. And if your abdominal muscles are engaging, that's a good thing. Allow that to happen. Go through the same process, exhale, ribs in the 4 sniff position, and then sing the little exercise. So it goes like this. Here's my exhalation, my inhalation. We'll try that one more time. Completely exhale, 4 sniff position. Of course, the goal in this whole process is to keep your rib cage stable for as long as possible while you're singing and allow your abdominal muscles to be controlling the rate of exhalation of your breath. So now, just to help you find your abdominal muscles, put your fingers where your natural waist is. So you had your fingers on your 10th rib and then your hip bone is here, but put your fingers right in the middle and now you'll be able to feel how those abdominal muscles are engaging. And we're going to do this little exercise like this. So you should feel that little engagement on each of those. And then on the glide, you should really feel your abdominal muscles engaging. Listen and watch one more time. Exhale and expand. You might have a sense of leaning into that high note. Here it is again. Exhale. Now we're going to go on to another exercise that uses that same feeling, same routine, where you exhale and then get your ribs out into that side-to-side 4 sniff position. So it's like this, exhalation. Make sure that you take a little sip of air between each of the short notes, the staccato notes, and that'll help you, that will help remind you to keep your ribs out. Watch me do it again. Here's the exhalation. Here's my ribs going out. And only then do you allow your ribs to recoil. So it's a 4-step process. First of all, you exhale. Second of all, you get your ribs out to the 4-sniff position. Then you sing while your ribs remain in that 4-sniff position, and only then do you control when your rib cage recoil. Watch me do it again. I'll do a couple more. You should start in the middle of your voice and ascend from there. And then your ribs come in. Keep monitoring your rib cage to make sure that it's not trying to sneak in. Here we go. Exhale first. Expand. So now instead of staccato, we're going to, instead of doing those repeated notes, just one long note where your abdominal muscles are in charge and are really supporting the tone. Here we go. But it's the same 4-step process. First you exhale, then you move your ribs side to side, stabilizing your rib cage. Then you sing, and then only when you finish the phrase do you allow your ribs to come back in. The next exercise uses a combination of both staccato and legato, allowing you to get your abdominal muscles involved in this process. Ya, ha, ha, ha. So between each of those staccatos, make sure that you're again reminding your ribs to stay out. And then as you're sustaining, coming down, make sure that your abdominal muscles are supporting. Here it is one more time. And it's the same process. Exhale, ribs out, sing, recoil. Ya, ha, ha, ha. That's where the recoil happens. So you want to try to keep your ribs out as long as possible. That's the key. Here I go, one more time. Exhale. Ya, ha, ha, ha. So then the next step is to do a longer scale, a longer exercise that puts more demand on both your rib cage and your abdominal muscles. That's the staccato aspect of it. Here's one more. And now the sustained aspect of that. The recoil, starting all over.